Shalom. First and foremost, as always, want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua Ba'ashem Harakakwadosh. Double honors to the apostle and elders of Great Millstone, who are the true elders of all Israel, as well as honors to you, Akim, out there doing this work of truth and sincerity, presenting bodies, living sacrifices out here, to bring out this 144% truth to the hopeful elect that be scattered abroad, the four winds, wherever they may be, as well as, of course, a shalom to the hopeful 1/3 out there. Quick lesson, want to bring you pertinent stuff, that relates to prophecy, this is an article from endtimeheadlines.org. It says, strong magnitude 5.1 earthquake strikes central Oklahoma, felt in Arkansas. This is, going along with, the trend of earthquakes in all these random places all over the world, man. Whether, one pops up in Turkey or, the Ukraine or, we had one in Belgium recently, now Oklahoma, all over, of course, the United States. But, these are, earthquakes that are happening in, diverse places at a close interval, if you will. It's not like, it's one earthquake here and then there's no earthquakes for, let's say, a year or two. You know what I mean? These are earthquakes, every few months or every few weeks, if you will. Just depends on how often the interval is. But, point being is, this is definitely a sign, man. So a magnitude, let's read, a magnitude 5.1 magnitude earthquake hit central Oklahoma late Friday night. The earthquake hit 6 kilometers north of Prague, Oklahoma at 11:24 p.m. According to the United States Geological Survey. That's roughly an hour east of Oklahoma City. So I guess the main city, if you will, of Oklahoma that people would know. People as far east as Fort Smith, Springfield, and Bentonville, Arkansas reported feeling the earthquake. It was also reported in Topeka and Overland Park, Kansas. U.S. Geological Survey encourages everyone to report where they felt the earthquake. Yeah, so they can get an estimate of, how grave and how big the magnitude of the earthquake was. So let's grab the scriptures real quick, because, these things were, foretold to us, in the scriptures, when placed, when rightly divided, if you will. That's the better term to say there. When rightly divided, of course. Why do I say that? Because, when, let's say, it's just one war going on, or, it's just one pestilence going on throughout the world, that might not be the prophecy's fulfilling. But you see, when you see what Yahushua says here in Matthew chapter 24 and verse 7, and I'm going to change that color to blue for the purpose of edification, because that's where we're going to be reading from. So this is Matthew 24:7. It says, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And we're seeing this right now with, the airstrikes going on in Syria against Iran, and the Yemen Houthis, and you got Russia, Ukraine, you got China getting involved in certain things. So, there's just clashes everywhere, man. And, I'm not even naming all of them, but just for the sake of, time. And there shall be what? Famines, you see? So, and we just seen a couple weeks ago in the news, or not even a couple weeks ago, maybe a week or two maximum ago, out in Texas, a chicken processing center was on fire, man. So this is already I forget how many in the year 2024, and we haven't even really got so-called rolling in this so-called year. You know what I mean? With it only being, the beginning of February here. And pestilences, and, you heard about, the CDC getting prepared for the so-called disease X, if you will, the the unpreparable, if you will, and trying to prepare for something that they can't really quantify what it would be. You see what I'm saying? Which, that in and of itself is, a video topic. But reading on, and it says, and earthquakes in diverse places. So you see, we have all the things listed here in verse 7 that Yahushua is speaking, because this is red letter. It just turns black when you highlight it. Salakia on that. So we have all these things currently going on right now today, here in whatever day, wherever you may be across the globe, hearing this. So, what does that mean? And Yahushua answers what it means here in verse 8. And it's saying that all these are the beginning of sorrows. So when we're seeing all these things go on, we must understand that it is the beginning of sorrows. And the precursor, if you will, to what the apostle named this hopeful year, which is the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble. And we're all these dominoes are falling to lead in, to those thermonuclear ICBMs being launched over here. Of course, the mark of the beast, is going to be implemented, which Revelation chapter 13 verse 16. But all these dominoes are falling into line to eventually bring judgment here to this place, man. And Yahushua saying, when you're seeing all these things go on in the news, per se, verse 7, Matthew 24:7, when you see all these things going on, know that is what? The beginning of sorrows, So we're not supposed to be troubled in this time, pursuing to verse 6. You see what I'm saying? So with that, Slakia, so with that, Abaratazah, this edifies somebody out there, prophecies are rolling, and nothing is stopping the word of the Most High, though it may seem like things aren't moving, they're not moving according to our, will or our time, the Most High is still fulfilling his prophecies, man, and things are going to continue to happen, and it's the stove is going to get heated up on this place, just you wait, we're just commanded to have faith, and do what the Most High say do, which is, rehearse these righteous acts, man, fear the Lord, keeping the laws to the best of our ability, so, yeah, again, Lord willing, you just edify somebody. We give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shah Bashem, Harakak Wadash, Shalom, hopefully like 1/3, in the Akim.